Hey there everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're interrupting our normal flow of stuff because I got some goodies in. Now, the first of the two goodies was the new Eisenhorn novel, The Magos, and I am so stoked. If you are not necessarily even into reading, the Eisenhorn series is it. I mean, if you're going to read just a couple of 40k books in your whole life, heck, sci-fi books in your whole life, the Eisenhorn books by Abnett are awesome. It was like watching 24, oh man, like it just kept moving and moving and moving, and it never got caught up in the geopolitical landscape and all this other stuff. It just kept moving and moving and moving. Awesome series of novels, good character development, really interesting, vivid universe stuff, like very good. And so when the fourth book came out, I was stoked because it wasn't the Eisenhorn trilogy anymore. It was the fourth in the series of the books, which is so good. And this is actually a pretty healthy looking book. It's a little bit bigger than all the other ones. It's like a, I don't know, it's like a manual. It's huge, it's massive, and it barely fits within our little camera here. So yeah, going to be absolutely fantastic. And we've even got a new toy. Woohoo! So this is Eisenhorn. This is Gregor Eisenhorn, badass of the badasses. Absolutely cool looking model right off the hop, and such a neat thing to get because it's a character and it's super fluffy and narrative as well. So really looking forward to it. We can see that we've got his, he's got his artificer bolt pistol, he's got his cool Rune Staff, he's stepping on the Inquisition symbol, ooh, plot drama, all the other stuff. He comes with the rules as well, which is great, because obviously he doesn't exist in any of the codices so far. They got a little description on the side. Gregor Eisenhorn, can't even see that there. I'll roll it like a Star Wars credit, I guess. Gregor Eisenhorn is one of the most powerful, ruthless, and determined men ever to serve the Holy Inquisition. A potent psyker, he has proven himself time and again, destroying arch-heretics, such as notorious Pontius Glaw, but in hunting chaos he has also been drawn to it, and is not above using demonic artifacts and creatures to achieve his goals. Yeah, there's a really good moment. I'm not going to spoil it. One of the books where, yeah, he works with a demon host and does horrendous, gross things. As a result, he has been declared heretic by the Holy Ordos. No one knows if he has truly fallen to chaos or if he continues to wage a singular, isolated war against the archenemy, all alone against the forces of the war. Bum, 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 bum. Awesome. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is we're going to do a model opening and review, because that's the thing I like to do. And I haven't even opened the box yet. I've just taken the cellophane off. I was getting lots of reflection from the lights and all that. So yeah, looking good. So let's get them open here. If I can get it open here. I'm not a big box collector, so... Rip, tear, shred. All right. Okay, so with our box, I'm gonna open it up. Now, again, I'm pretty sure that they're done by Forge World, as you can tell by the resin nature here. We've got our rules, bases, and everything's in there. Perfect. Let's look at the model in a second. Let's look at the rules first. So. We can see here that it's, read this first to get all the health warnings. Don't eat the resin. It's really bad for you. They got a couple of the cameo shots of Eisenhorn here, Mr. Gregor Eisenhorn, but that's what's on the cover anyway. Standard GW, glue these to these points here. This is where you apply your glue in yellow. The blue parts are from the last assembly piece, all that. Nice simple instructions, 7 steps. So there's not a ton of pieces for this guy. And we've got all of our rules in different languages, which is awesome. But the one that we're interested in here is English ones. Okay, so he moves 6 inches, 3+, for weapon skill and ballistic skill. He's an elite guy. His strength is 3, his toughness 3, so he's still a human, which is cool. Got 5 wounds as a character, 4 attacks, 10 leadership, and a 4+ save. Inquisitor Eisenhorn is a single model armed with an artificer bolt pistol with the sword Barber-Satyr, a Rune Staff, and Electrobane grenades. Only one of this model may be included in your army, just in case you wanted to do a whole bunch of 5,000 of them anyway. Eisenhorn spam, it's the latest thing at the big GTs. So there are Artificer Bolt Pistols, a Pistol 1, so AP -1, 2 damage, cool. So it's, you know, it's just like a hardcore kind of bolt around, neat. The Barber-Satyr is a melee weapon, user strength, AP -3, and D3 wounds. Add 1 to hit rolls for this weapon. Oh, so you can roll a 7 to hit. Nice. So when he's using that, obviously, he can hit with a little bit better. But that's actually pretty darn sweet. D3 wounds at -3 AP. Very nice. His Rune Staff itself is strength +3. Wait, that is nuts. Strength 6, -1 AP, and another D3 damage. Holy. Electrobane grenades. Grenade 1, strength 4, AP -1. If the target is a vehicle and you roll a wound of 4+ for this weapon, the target suffers 1 mortal wound in addition to the normal damage, or D3 mortal wounds if the wound roll was a 6. So awesome against vehicles. Clearly not a melt-a-weapon. It's not going to do 55 damage, but you know, just puts a little bit of pressure in there. Very cool. He's a power 5 and an HQ choice. Sweet, looking really good. Okay, next. It's going to be the model itself. Let's get this open here. Okay, we'll get all our goodies out. There's going to be a lot of trimming, I think. But let's take a peek. So we'll start off here. Oh, he's got that really nice kind of stylized base. He's on a 32 mil, even though he's just a normal human, so a kind of a character pose. Oh, the quality on the new mold is really good. Look at that. There's like no bubbles or pops or anything. No, really nice. The fabric is nice. It's not thinned out anywhere. Very nice. Look at that scroll. Very cool. Nice. Okay. Then we've got his staff. And you can see it's not perfectly straight here. We'll see how it looks when it's on the model, but that might be a bit of an issue. But, you know, really, it's not too bad. And again, I haven't seen it on the model itself, so it could just be my perspective. But there we go. He's got his nice flowing cape there. Small mold line at the back. But you know what? Of all the places to have a mold line, like, look at that. It's going to be hidden right down. It's going to be facing the base the whole time. Nice Inquisitor armor. A kind of cool, kind of inlaid effect. Very nice. And then we've got the man himself. Oh, the face is super nice and clean. By the way, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's not much mold release on this at all. It's very cool. Oh, the boots. These kind of clip-up boots on the side. Yeah, it's really nice. Beautiful. Lots of detail, and there's no holes or pits or anything. Yeah, really, really good. He's got his other layer of his cloak in here as well. Oh man, so he's going to have all these different layers of color. Big buckles and all that. But again, the detail is awesome. And there's like literally no... I mean, there's extra stuff, but there's no gaping holes that need to be filled or anything like that. No, very, very impressed. The joys of having brand new molds. No, super pleased. Okay, well, I guess the next step now is going to be to get them all assembled. And yeah, we'll take a look at him when he's all done and put together. All right, we have him all assembled, and he is looking hot like lava. Look at this. It's actually, it's a really good model. There's loads of detail. Despite the fact that it's that kind of softer, kind of fine cast resin, they got some smarts going on with it as well. You'll notice here that this, so this hand went onto this arm, and this arm went up in there. But you'll notice that there's multiple contact points. I had a chance to glue it to the kind of the robe, the cape here, and then the arm was up there, so it kind of had 2 contact points. The only thing that doesn't is basically the pistol here, which is kind of hanging out. But the legs had multiple contact points. This guy here, his staff, you can see that it actually had a contact point here and on the back as well. And then there's back here. Now you can see it's still a little bent. I don't know if I want to kind of futz with it. I might just leave it be. You're going to be looking at the model from one way or the other, and I think the paint will camouflage it as well. They also held in, or they also kind of worked in the seam lines, and you can see it here, and it's definitely pronounced, but they worked it into like the different types of layered fabrics and things like that, so your eye will discount it right away, which is pretty sweet. The looking, you know, kind of the face, you have full option of where you want to put the face. There's no kind of tongue and groove system for putting the head in, and I chose for a little bit more optimistic kind of looking up, you know, looking serious kind of look to him. So if we take a look at the way he's laid out, he's got his Inquisition kind of badge of office here, his kind of necklace here, his icon, all that. You know, there's these cool straps that are in there. Those will be awesome to paint. The holster's there, which is nice, and he's got his tome right beside him. You know, all these different scroll works kind of going off, all these edicts of the Inquisition, and he's about to kind of, you know, hand one over or blow Buddy's head off with the Artificer bolt pistol. So, you know, really coming together super well. Loving the way he looks. So I like in general too the feeling of the model. You can see he's, you know, got the broken Inquisition underneath him. Is he turned over to Chaos or not? We don't know. But oh man, just very solid model, and it does absolutely feel like Gregor Eisenhorn. I'm sure, you know, what you see in the books in your head and kind of what you see on the table, you know, they don't always match, and that's a fair point. I mean, it's fiction versus, you know, the artist's interpretation, but this guy feels like Gregor Eisenhorn, and you know, I'm loving it. Really looking forward to getting them all painted up. You know, there's lots of animation, lots of kind of flow, lots of power, lots of kind of, you know, kind of virility to it. You know, it's the guy is out there and he's making his presence known, even though he's essentially a smaller, you know, human-sized model. So yeah, really liking it. So huge thumbs up from me. Very nice model. I was a little put out that it was a resin model, but the truth is to make one of these in plastic, I mean, they'd be $80 a piece, right? So it's kind of nice to, if they're doing a limited run, if they do a really nice fine cast, and you know they're looking out for all the fragile bits. So we've got this kind of tacked in here behind, but it's protected by the back and all that. You know, I don't mind having a couple of them in my in my collection there. So so that's the review. So if you like the review or you like this video, you know, feel free to hit like. It absolutely helps to get the video up there and the channel up there, and helps me out a ton. And if you want more videos like this, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It definitely, you know, you get more information about all the stuff we put out on the channel, and yeah, it'll be nice to have you guys come back. So thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope it was of value. This model is pretty top shelf. Really digging it. So thanks a lot for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.